All right, here we go. Question 27 from our Calculus 1, homework number 1 in WebAssign. It says a graphing calculator is recommended. Hey, but it's not required. And so I'm going to do this algebraically, just for fun. All right, so here we go. We've got the statement, if the absolute value of x is less than pi over 6, if that is less than delta, then the absolute value of our function minus L, this cosine squared x minus 3/4, that distance is going to be less than 0.15. Let's make some notes in our scratch work. All right, so here's what we know. We know that our function is cosine squared x. Our epsilon, the distance away from L, is 0.15. L is 3/4, which I'm going to go ahead and make that a decimal, 0.75. And A is pi over 6. So this is just extrapolating some information from what they gave us. And so here's what I know. I know that I want to be within 0.15 units of L. So I'm going to figure out my y min and max. I'm going to call it y1 and y2. These will be the y values that we can get away from L and be within epsilon. So to figure that out, we're going to say 0.75, that's our limit, plus 0.15, 0.75 minus 0.15. Again, that gives us our y values above and below L. 0.75 plus 0.15, that would be 0.9. 0.75 minus 0.15, that would be 0.6. So this is our y1 and y2. Now we're going to plug those into our function and solve for x, and then determine the delta needed to be within pi over 6. So 0.9 equals cosine squared x. Taking the square root of both sides to get rid of the squared gives us cosine x is square root of 0.9. And then we know that x would be the inverse cosine of the square root of 0.9. And then we will figure that out approximately, making sure that we are in radian mode, which you can see right here that we're in radian mode. Here we go. Inverse cosine of the square root of 0.9. And we need to round to 3 decimal places. 0.32. And not going to fall for that trick again. I notice it does say round your answer down. So we're rounding down 0.321. We're going to call that x1. And then x2 would be the inverse cosine of the square root of 0.6. Taking a little math shortcut there, knowing that all of this work is going to repeat, and we will arrive at this destination. And again, scrolling back using my calculator's feature to edit what I input, so I don't have to type the whole thing over again. Rounding down, 0.685. 0.685. Now this is my x min and max. I now need to figure out delta 1 and 2. And that, remember, that's going to be the distance that those values are away from A. So delta 1 would be pi over 6 minus 0.321. delta 2 would be 0.685 minus pi over 6. If you're wondering why I'm doing that reversed the second time, it's because if this is the smaller x, it's going to be below pi over 6, so I would need to subtract in this order to get a positive number. And then the 0.685 would be the larger x, which would actually be to the right of pi over 6. And so I would need to subtract in this order to get a positive answer. All right, here we go. So we've got, with our class whiz, pi over 6 minus 0.321. Rounded down again, 0.202. And then, with the class whiz, 0.685 minus pi over 6, 0.161. Which one of those is smaller? That's the one we need. We need to stay the smallest distance away from pi over 6 to guarantee that we stay within 0.15 of L. And so the final answer here is 0.161. Final answer. Fingers crossed. Woo! And we're done, and it actually matches exactly this time. Nice. If you have any questions or comments about anything covered in this video, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can text me, and thanks for watching.